Do you enjoy going for a walk outside when you're feeling stressed and tired? Doesn't that feeling of the sun shining on your face instantly boost your mood? It definitely does for me, unless maybe it's 100 degrees outside, I guess. Even though we spend the majority of our time in our homes and offices, it's pretty easy to forget that we are natural creatures, especially for those of us who live in cities. Do you live in a city or close to one? As of 2022, around 55% of all people in the world live in urban spaces, and that number is only expected to grow with time. The more time that we spend in cities and on our personal devices, the more noise and short-term dopamine hits we throw at our brain. And there's a lot of studies that have suggested that doing so over time leads to higher levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. On the other hand, spending time in nature is known to have the opposite effects. I have found that the more time I spend outside, the happier I am. There is no other place like nature where you can just forget about all the struggles in life and just be yourself. Being outside in nature just makes it so easy to pause and soak in the moment, which gives you long-term sustained happiness that you cannot get from getting 100 likes on your Instagram posts. What's going on, you guys? Welcome to my channel. I'm Aman Luthra, and here are 5 ways how nature makes you happy. Number 1, nature helps to reduce stress. The reason we even get stressed in the first place is usually because something unexpected happens that we don't have much control over. Imagine if you had to write a paper. If you knew exactly what to write about, you wouldn't feel stressed because you feel like you are in control of the situation. However, if you didn't even know where to start, you get stressed because you feel like your boss or teacher has more control over your situation than you do. So what does that have to do with nature? Well, when you're out hiking on a trail or doing any other activity, there is almost nothing that you have to take control of. You don't have to think about work or school. You don't have to think about what your friends or family are up to. All you do is appreciate the beauty around you. Because there's nothing to take control over when you're in nature, you feel a lot less stressed. And when you combine that with a bunch of natural and fresh sights like this beautiful lake right here, it also helps you let go of negative feelings that might hold you down, like anger, anxiety, and even depression. It's like free therapy. What more could you ask for? Number 2, it helps you appreciate the little things. When we spend a lot of time in front of screens, it becomes hard to be grateful for the things that we have. Usually the only things that satisfy us are getting more likes, more retweets, and more followers, and more attention overall. And because of these short-term boosts, it becomes harder to find satisfaction in other things that we have, which not everyone else in the world has. However, when you're outside in nature, things are different. There are so many tiny things to be grateful for. When you see a blue sky, you can be grateful that the air you and all the other animals are breathing is clean. When you see a bunch of trees, you can be grateful that they're keeping the air cooler on hot days, and they provide a bunch of homes for animals. When you see rain, instead of feeling sad and depressed, you can be grateful that all the plants and animals around you are getting the water they need to survive and keep the environment healthy. So by spending time outside, you put your values back into nature, into other animals, and even into other people. And that leads me to my next point. Number 3, nature helps to improve your social interactions. Do you enjoy meeting new people? Do you feel comfortable meeting strangers? I know that really depends on the setting, but I have always felt that nature is a great spot to meet people. Just about everyone that I've seen is super friendly and caring, and it's because when you put your values back into nature, you put them back in other people as well. Being able to make connections with others is probably the most valuable skill you can ever have, especially now when online interaction has become more common than in-person interaction. It's really easy to forget that online interactions are not the same as in person. When you're in person, it's easier to show your emotions, your body language, and just share who you are as a person. Now, of course, not everyone you meet will end up becoming your best friend, but I have found it to be really easy to make friends when I'm outside, and I'm sure you will too. The more connections that you're able to have, the happier you will be. Number 4 is that nature helps sharpen your focus. Have you ever lost yourself in the noise of chirping birds or flowing water? Have you ever found a super nice view and spotted just about every small detail that you can about the view? What's happening in that moment is that your brain has entered a flow state. It's kind of like when you're in the shower and all you're doing is enjoying the feeling of warm water. When you're outside in nature, you're zoned into that sight or sound and you notice all the small details about it that you probably won't if you were distracted. When you're inside a city, there are a million distractions around you. Your phone, a bunch of cars, other people chatting, and that makes it really tough to zone into something. Instead, you zone out, which isn't as healthy for your brain. But when you're in nature, it becomes so easy to zone into the environment. You notice things about the water flowing, the patterns of leaves on the trees, noises around you, and a lot more. When you're able to zone in on something, it's like another form of meditation where you focus on one thing and one thing only. And the longer you're able to keep your attention on that one thing, the sharper your focus becomes, which gives you long-term sustained happiness. Number 5 is that nature helps you push yourself outside your comfort zone. When you're out in nature, you don't have all the luxuries you have at home. You don't have air conditioning, you may be wet and maybe even have dirt on your feet and legs. And you're also probably really sweaty. It's not as cozy as being on your couch with a warm cup of coffee and watching your favorite TV show, which is exactly why you need to do it. All of the things that you already have in your life are inside your comfort zone. But in order to get the things that you want but don't already have, you need to get out of your comfort zone. You need to do things that you don't want to do but you know are good for you. And spending time in nature is a great place to get started. Because a lot of us don't get enough sun exposure and the exercise that we need every day. And going for a walk is a great place to start, but don't stop there. One of the things that I'm trying to do is go kayaking more often because frankly, my shoulders get tired a lot faster than I want them to. So even though I'm pretty tired right now, I know that by going kayaking more often, I'll get stronger, and that's gonna help me go see other lakes and rivers that are a lot bigger than this lake right here. By getting out of your comfort zone, you will be able to do more things and get to new places that you want to go. Nothing worth achieving is easy, and there are plenty of challenges that nature can throw at you no matter how much experience you have. And I think we can all agree that when we achieve our goals that we put a ton of time and effort into, we become super happy. Now that you know how nature makes you happy, why don't you go spend time outside today? Go for a walk in the park or on a trail. You'll definitely feel better. Another thing that I'd recommend is getting some houseplants. Put some on your desk, your dining table, or your fireplace. Being able to see the life of plants inside your home can easily make you happier. And if nothing else, you can always watch a video or documentary about nature. Of course, nothing will actually replicate being outside and experiencing it firsthand. But I get it, we can't be outside every day, and that's fine. My channel is all about exploring nature and going on adventures so that we can put our values back into the environment. If you want to see a lot more nature content and how we can preserve nature in the age of climate change, then make sure you subscribe down below and ring that notification bell. What are some ways that nature makes you a happier person? What are your favorite outdoor activities? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next amazing adventure. See ya!